Passport Goofy. Vos sos una lámpara, parce. Vos sos un gafo. So I have a passport goofy here who got his little itty bitty feelings hurt, and he wants to attack Colombia, and wants to attack me, and even fight me. Okay, you do not step into somebody else's country, especially when they're in the middle of a civil war. Trash talk about it, okay? Because people will step up to you. He says that I look awkward and I cannot get a woman. Listen, unlike you, this is my ex-girlfriend, okay? I don't need to be putting my all the women that I date and stuff like that on thumbnails and YouTube with their butt sticking outwards for people to see. Number two, he left me a comment that according to him, my country of Colombia is the most barbaric country that he has ever seen. If so, why does he have a playlist of 17 videos that he made about Colombia? But wait, there's more. I did some research and he actually has more videos that he made that is not in that playlist. The most recent one is a few months ago. So, and the earliest video is about 5 years ago. Do the math. So if you're doing a video 5 years ago and you found out it had to be the most horrible, barbaric country on the planet, but yet he's still doing videos, you know what that means? It means he's visiting the prostitute areas. This video behind me, that's not Colombia, that's Mexico. He says that he's not a passport bro. He said that he traveled 20 different countries, right? And that he is a person who dates. Does this look like a man who dates? This doesn't look like a man who dates. If I were a Colombian father, I would not want my daughter dating someone that does these type of things, someone that films these type of things and puts it on YouTube. So he goes on to say that he does not hang around the red light districts. Why are you filming in Parquelleras? You say you've been all over Colombia, right? Can you explain that to me? That is an open door brothel. Everybody knows what it is. You can find it all over YouTube. It's not a secret, okay? Oh, parce, you got some explaining to do. Then he goes on to say that we take no accountability. Yet everybody in my comment section, well, most of them are saying that I am in the right. I told you already that I have one of my sisters who's dating a Mexican person. I have been in Mexican households. My family have dated Mexican people. I've been in Mexico City. I have been in Mexico, in different parts of Mexico, and one of my Mexican friends actually called you out. Mr. Ulysses goes on to say that all of us Colombians are fake and that Mexicans talk trash about us. Okay, let's see what Mexicans are really saying. This is a Mexican-American digital content creator. I actually follow him. His name is El Pelón de Chicago. And you know what he's saying here? He's saying that he hopes that my country, Colombia, wins Copa America, the American Cup in soccer and football, okay? Football. And he says, because we are the Mexicans of South America, gente buena, good people, gente amable, kind people, gente humilde, humble people. Okay, so that doesn't show that he thinks of us as being fake people. This is a Mexican girl. You can find her on TikTok. She's talking about how when she went to Colombia, how the people there treated her so nicely, how they treated her so beautifully, how she was so happy that they cared about her, that they cared about her culture, and they gave her information about her culture that they knew, and she was so put aback by that. I said, man, I didn't know that they would know so much about my own country. What is the difference between these people and you? Okay? They're not hanging around the red light districts. They're not going out looking for prostitutes at nighttime. Okay, that is the difference. Here's another Mexican digital content creator. It says right there that he has a YouTube channel. He just arrived in Bogota, and he's talking about how he falls in love with the local culture. Why is it that he's different than you? Why is it that he's making different comments than you? I'm not sure. That you're saying, oh, that us Colombians are so fake. Why is it that these people are praising Colombia already? Need I say more? What does it say behind me? Just a Mexican in love with Colombia, eating a buñuelo, a fried fritter? I'm getting hungry just looking at it. This Mexican music artist is talking about how he loves the Colombian people, he loves the food, the culture, the way how they are, and that's why he's creating a new type of rhythm, that he's mixing rhythms from Mexico and Colombia to create his own style as a way to honor us. If we're so fake, if Mexicans hate us so much, why is it that they're praising Colombia so much? I don't understand. You explain this to me. Once again, here's another Mexican digital content creator, and I believe he does music. I've seen some of his videos. He said he could not believe how is it that the young people in Colombia are so polite. Colombians are extremely polite. If you go to Norte de Santander or Santander, su merced, your mercy. I'm sorry, Cundinamarca, your mercy. How can I help you, thy mercy? When I went to Valle del Cauca, ¿en qué le puedo ayudar, señor? Gracias, señor. Muchísimas gracias. Mi señora, ¿cómo estás? My lady, how are you doing? Even in the northern coast, which are not as formal because they're more closer to the Caribbean, still extremely formal. ¿En qué le puedo ayudar? Buenas tardes, buenos días, ¿tiene hambre? Are you hungry? You obviously have not traveled all of Colombia because you say you have, right? And just because you've been to Medellin in the lowest parts, it doesn't mean we're all of that.
Okay, so let me tell you how us Colombians were raised. The first thing is with manners no matter what. Us Colombians know perfectly that if your mom calls you, you can't say que. You can't say what. You gotta say señor o señora. There's no way you're getting away with saying que and your mom not telling you like, que no, señora. Because we are raised treating our elders with manners. We also have to say muchas gracias, por favor, which is please, thank you, like every time.
Let me tell you a story that perfectly describes Colombian people. Don't think you're gonna be surprised with what I'm about to tell you. Let's rewind back to the very beginning. It's December 2021. We arrived to the Medellin airport. We had read things, we had heard things, and we were
3 Doritos later.
out the bag for him, helping him put his stuff in the bag. He went out of his way to help this blonde hair, blue eye gringo and didn't expect anything. All he wanted was to help out. That, my friends, is the Colombian hospitality and one of the many reasons why we absolutely love everything about this beautiful country.
Ah, vieja de Costa. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenida al Hostal Barrio Abajo. Tradición, una empanada que tiene sabor, una empanada que sabe a Barrio Abajo. Y miren que esta empanada hermosa.
He goes on to say that living in America has made me bitter and that I'm making a YouTube video or videos or YouTube channel to fight people that I have never met and that I can't say that to his face. First of all, defending my country against pedophile rape and defending against passport bros, defending against colonizers, defending against gentrification, defending against bad faith actors is actually a noble cause. Number two, Colombia is America. This is America. This is the United States of America. Number three, this is my ex-girlfriend in the United States of America. Once again, here's another picture of me and my ex-girlfriend in the United States of America. You see, unlike you passport bros, I actually had a long-term relationship for a long time, 5 years. Brought her here to the United States. I had a real relationship. I'm not one of you guys who travel there on the weekend once every 6 months or once a year. Since you say you want to be all tough and say it to my face, okay, how about you say what you're saying about Colombia in front of the ELN, which is the National Liberation Army? Well, don't you say it to the dissidents of the FARC, which is the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia. These are left-wing guerrilla fighters. How about you say it in front of the right-wing paramilitary, like the Black Eagles, like the Gulf Clan, like the Gaitanistas of I don't know what, like Self-Defense Forces of Colombia. So try saying that in front of a Minga. Do you know what a Minga is? A Minga is when multiple native indigenous nations, when all multiple tribes get together for the same cause, a collective, all right? And the last time that I saw a Minga that really did some issues with the nation was when they were doing a national protest and they were marching all the merry way, all the way up to Medellin, but they were stopped by the Colombian military, all right? And it was 14,000 of them. They had Kalashnikovs, all right? I want to see, if you're such a tough guy, I'd like to see you say that. My darling grandmother, when she was alive, because she lives in the countryside, she had to go through that Minga. You know what they did? As soon as they saw her, they opened up and they let her go through. You want to know why? Because indigenous people, Colombian people in general, but indigenous people, we respect our elders. So we're not barbaric like you say we are, okay? What is this, the Boondocks? Say it to my face for what? What, you want to fight me? I'm not. You're a little kid. Don't act like that. That's just little kid stuff. So Passport Bitter here goes on to tell me that he's been to 20 different countries. Okay, so does that make you an expert on Colombia? Colombia has like 32 different departments. Each region is like a separate country. Even I myself, who grew up there, who went to school there, who has citizenship there, even I don't know every single culture. You see this map behind me? This is a map of the different linguistic regions because there's different dialects. And there's sub-dialects and genres in that. And that's only Spanish only. We're not talking about native dialects, which are like, I think like 99 different dialects or something, indigenous dialects. Okay? We even speak English in some islands because we bought them from England. Are you an expert on Colombia because you travel everywhere else? Because the only thing I see you is filming in Medellin, where all the prostitutes are at, right? And so Passport Bitter here says,
that half of the women in Medellin from Strata 1 and Strata 2 sell. Okay, number one, I'm not from Medellin. All right? I'm not even a paisa, bro. I'm Bache Caucano from the Cauca Valley. I'm a whole different ethnic group from a whole different region.
Now that we know that not every single Colombian sounds paisa, what other accents does Colombia have? One of Colombia's most recognizable accents is their Cali accent, also known as their Vayuno accent, which is the one that I have. So in Colombia, states are called departments, and the accent from the city of Cali comes from the department of El Valle del Cauca. Not to be confused with the Cauca department, because those are two totally different departments.
En el Valle del Cauca no se dice bolsa, sino ¡Chuspa! En el Valle del Cauca no se dice problema o enredo, sino
Cañengo. Mucha señora, ¿qué hago con este cañengo?
en el Valle del Cauca no se dice 70, sino
70.
y tampoco se dice vas a ir, sino
¿Vas a ir? Ve, ¿vas a ir allá a las 70? Vamos pues, pero hacerle rap.
¡Ey, pero llévenme, caminen! En el Valle del Cauca no se dice qué calor, sino
Espérame, mi negro, que la gente está re equivocada y no conoce nada de mi departamento del Valle del Cauca. La cosa con nosotros es fácil. El acento más pronunciado donde nace, en mi tierra, en Palmira, la capital agrícola de Colombia. Palmirano soy a mucho orgullo. ¿Sí ves? ¿Dónde encuentran los mejores bailarines de salsa? Pues fácil. En Caliquistán, la capital mundial de la salsa. Los verdaderos melómanos y los mejores bailarines del mundo nacen en mi bella capital. ¿Dónde encuentran los mejores cholados vallecaucanos? En la bella tierra de Jamundí. Un saludo para mi negro de Quinamayo. Eso es sencillo con nosotros los bayunos.
Que se habla en el Valle del Cauca.
La me ve. Vamos a recoger estas hembritas y nos vamos para el río, ¿qué? Caminada.
En Cali no se dice lo estafaron, sino lo tumbaron.
En Cali no se dice dar una vuelta, sino un borondo.
En Cali no se dice hola, sino hablame.
En Cali no se dice usted, sino vos.
En Cali no se dice ten cuidado, sino no des papaya.
En Cali no se dice estoy bien, sino que se dice estoy parchado.
En Cali no se dice está listo, en Cali se dice sale pa' pintura.
En Cali no se dice quiero dulce, se dice quiero mecato.
En Cali no se dice vení, comprame, antojate, vení que no es pa' eso, comprar, pero no seas pichicao.
Just because women do certain things in Medellin doesn't mean all paisas do. Listen, people, not all paisas are created equal. There's genres upon genres upon genres, divisions of paisas. A paisa isn't a person from Medellin. It could be anywhere from the Antioquia province. It could be anywhere from Risaralda. It could be anywhere from Manizales. And I have seen people from Manizales who say, hey, the people from Medellin aren't true paisas because they become an international city. Paisa is a person from the countryside that works the fields in the coffee region, okay? Imagine trying to offend a person from New York because what somebody from Alaska is doing. Oh yeah, well, you Americans are the same. In Alaska, they eat bears. You think a person from New York is eating bear? Imagine trying to insult a person from England because what they're doing in somewhere in the United Kingdom, like the most northern part, like in Scotland, or even certain parts of Ireland. In London? Come on. Oh, big deal. He discovered America. You said the Strata 1 and Strata 2, the poor people are selling and making webcams. Okay, let me tell you something that you guys don't know. A strata is an economic level that they assign to certain neighborhoods, right? And the higher the strata, the more they tax the people in the area. So people in Strata 6 are the untouchables in Colombia, you know, like the sons and daughters of politicians and actresses and stuff like that. Strata 1 will be what people are living in the poorest of poor. And just because the poor people of Medellin do that doesn't mean that all of Colombia does it. Because like I said, each region of Colombia is a different country. And this person went and told me that he's been all over Colombia, but all he has is videos of Medellin, maybe doing Cali. So why is this person so bitter to Colombia? Why does he call my nation a land of barbarians? If it's so barbaric, why has he been filming there for 5 long years? You want to know why? Here's my opinion, all right? This is my personal opinion. There's an old saying in the United States, you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. I can guarantee you that this guy, he got burnt by some females. He either got some money taken away from him. I hope to God he wasn't, but maybe he was. And you know what? Maybe that's what's causing his bitterness, because when the cops show up and they see a foreigner, and as many times we tell them, don't go to these type of women, don't go to the worst part of society, and yet you do, they probably looked at him and say, hey, you know, it's your fault. And he got pretty bitter about it. Now he wants to tell everybody to go to Mexico. Fine, go to Mexico. I don't care. We do not want you there. I'm sorry. You know, we don't want you there. If you're gonna come and look for the worst parts of society and get yourself into trouble, that's on you. If I go to Mexico and people say, "Hey, don't go to this neighborhood," and I go to the neighborhood looking for women and for the worst places, and I get something happens to me, it's not Mexico's fault. It is my fault. Okay, that's accountability. And he's telling me that we don't take accountability. No, you are not taking accountability for your misbehavior. Okay, you cannot control what's in your pants. Stop hanging around the red light districts. Stop going on Tinder. Stop hanging on the worst parts of society. Stop looking for women in easy life. Okay, because a real paisa is not going to give you the time of the, nor the day, because you will be dating her family. And trust me, you don't look like the type of person up to standard. We can say that. Then he asked me, why am I writing essays to him in the comment section? Because you left me 26 different comments. You're attacking my country. You do not step into somebody else's house, disrespect them, and think people are just going to stay quiet. Maybe you're used to the type of Colombians around you that need money from you. Well, I'm not that type of person, all right? Colombia does not bend the knee. We have been in the civil war since like what 1964, and that's the current civil war, and that's another civil war that came off another civil war from 1940s. La violencia, which you do not know about, because you guys do not travel to know culture. You only travel to the red light districts. Because from what I can see, and I'm seeing in all of your videos, dating, 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 women, women, women. That does not, however, mean an entire nation is full of that. It is a very small percentage. Most Colombians do not do that. I showed you two videos of two international travelers that told you that you're a liar, and I'm not going to put them here again because I know you're not going to watch it. I put this up for the other people who watch my videos. People who wants to see some international travelers who tell the passport bros there are a bunch of liars and that most Colombian women do not engage into adult service work, aka prostitution. Please look at my previous video. I'm not going to waste my time putting it here again. He goes on to say that we hate everybody, we have a bad reputation, and we hate Venezuelans. First of all, I want you to know that I have Venezuelan family because Colombia and Venezuela used to be the same country. We used to be one country called La Gran Colombia, same as Panama, same as Ecuador, a lot of parts of South America. Second of all, I have tons and tons and tons of Venezuelan friends, and I had Venezuelan girlfriends. Don't tell me that. Don't give me that. And some of my Venezuelan friends will fight you tooth and nail. They will fight you tooth and nail to defend me. Because what you people need to understand is Colombia and Venezuela have a special relationship. We come from the same daddy, Simon Bolivar, the great liberator, who went to Haiti and Haiti trained him and gave him the ammunition and the power to defeat Spain. Okay, just so you know that. But just because brother and sisters or two brothers fight doesn't mean that we hate each other. It is a rivalry that is amongst us. And once again, I have Colombo Venezuelan family because during the civil war of the 70s and 80s, where it got so bad, many of us Colombians went and stayed in Venezuela. And a lot of us were born there. And many Venezuelans also have vice versa, where they have family in Colombia, where their family members were born here. We're intermingled with each other. To offend me is to offend the Venezuelan. To offend the Venezuelan is to offend me. To offend the Panamanian is to offend me. And to offend me is to offend the Panamanian. We are all brothers, related with each other because we were born in the same nation, the Gran Colombia, the Great Colombia. See how I know that you have been traveling around? See how I understand that you only hang around the red light prostitutes areas? See how I understand that you have no knowledge of different culture? You may travel the world, sir, but your heart and your mind is absolutely empty. He then goes on to say that he has been all over Colombia. Compare his videos to my videos. Nothing but women and 17 videos, 18, 20 videos, and mostly in Medellin dating. Look at my videos. If you go through my videos, I have been in La Zapata, I have been in La Huitrera, I have been in Tuluá, I have been in Cali, I have been in Palmira, I've been in Buenaventura, I haven't filmed there yet, okay? I have been in Cartago, I have been in Pereira, I have been in Caicedonia, I have been in Finlandia, I have been in a lot of places. And that's just the coffee region and also the Cauca Valley. I have been in Turbaco, which is south of Cartagena. I have been in Cartagena. I have been in Arjona. I have been to the small towns around the coast. I have been in Barranquilla. I have a friend of mine that she invited me to visit her in Putumayo because she's indigenous, and I do plan to go down there. And I plan to meet her father, who is a cacique, who is the head chief of her tribe. Do you see this person taking videos with him with tribesmen? Like the other passport bro, what's his name? Travel Time with Ryan or whatever. All he did the exact same thing, right? And he tells me that I'm jealous and everything else. All these guys do is filming, dating. Okay, and they want to attack Colombian YouTubers like me, Andres on Earth. Look at him right now.
Guys, I'm here in El Barrio Niquitao in the central east of Medellin, and today I want to share with y'all the work of a nonprofit foundation, Casa Embera. They work to help the indigenous people who have been displaced due to the armed conflict in their original lands and ended up here in Medellin. Majority of the indigenous population that lives here in Medellin belong to the Embera tribe. They come from the rural areas of the department of Antioquia, Risaralda, Chocó, and Córdoba. So for many of them, Medellin is the closest big city where they can seek refuge. If you've ever heard of Niquitao, you'll know it's a very rough area of Medellin. Here, they live in places called inquilinatos, where they pay between 10 and 20,000 Colombian pesos per night to have a room to sleep in. And these inquilinatos, which we'll see later, they live in conditions of extreme poverty. Here in Casambera, they help the indigenous women to sell the jewelry. They make beaded jewelry. It's beautiful. They help them to sell it so they can have some more economic stability. They also provide them with health and hygiene services for them and their children, as well as other types of help.
Wangi, Sutikani Gladys Elena Puerchambucha soy y Canimi, gestora étnica y territorial.
¿Y ese qué idioma es?
Mi lengua nativa es el Inga, una de las 65 lenguas indígenas que existen aún en Colombia. Bueno, nosotros desde el programa Nutrir para Sanar, Sanar para Crecer, estamos haciendo una atención a las familias indígenas que tienen población de niñas y niños menores de 5 años, mujeres gestantes y mujeres en periodo de lactancia. Entonces, una vez al mes realizamos un seguimiento de los niños, como podemos ver, donde se les hace toma de peso, talla. En este momento también tenemos atención por médico.
Nosotras en este momento estamos atendiendo Comuna 10, que es donde nos encontramos, la Candelaria, que la parte más vulnerable está en este sector, que vienen siendo como todos los inquilinatos. Donde haya niños que lo requieran, madres gestantes y madres lactantes, allá estamos.
So here everybody's eating lunch. They provided them with lunch today. Today was sancocho. So if you want to support Casa Embera, they have a project called Embera Bead Project. And these are all artesanías, earrings, bracelets, and necklaces that the indigenous women make. By buying this, you help them out a lot. You help them fund their mission and their project here. So if any of y'all are interested, they have a website where you can buy it and they'll ship it wherever you are in the world. All right, guys. So here we're at the inquilinatos, the ones that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, where the indigenous people rent rooms per night. And these are in the Niquitao area, like right next to where they're selling and using. Outside this door, I could not film because of all the illegal activity going on. But look, here we live. Hola, con permiso.
See these passport bro taking videos of these indigenous people in Medellin. If you go to Ulysses' website, all his videos, Medellin, tú en Cali, right? Have you seen him with any indigenous tribes? Have you seen him with any other cultural people of any of the other groups? Afro-Colombians and everything else? No.
This is why I love riding a motorcycle in Colombia. We started our day in Pereira and now look where we are. This is the magic of Colombia.
Here in the city of Pereira.
Quickly, you can change from one climate, from one geography, from one ecosystem to another. Look at the frailejones. The frailejones are only found in Colombia, Ecuador, y Venezuela. And most of them are in Colombia. So like 60% of all the frailejones in the world are in Colombia. Frailejones only grow 1 centimeter per year. So some of these frailejones are hundreds of years old. This is most likely the path from which, if the volcano erupts, the lava and the landslide would come down right through here. Yeah, you can smell the sulfur here.
Once again, this is Andres on Earth. What is he doing? He's traveling up the mountains. He's in a páramo. A páramos are wetlands in the mountains. Okay, it's a very special type of ecosystem. Do you see passport bros doing that? Do you see him going up in mountains like Andres on Earth is doing? No, these guys are filming how to get a woman. Does a Colombian woman like you? Why Colombian women will cheat on you? Blah, blah, blah. He says that the good foreigners leave because of people like me. I got two answers for you. First of all, the foreigners leave because they make themselves leave. People like you go looking for the wrong part of society. You attract what you bring. You go in there leading with your wallet, paying for friendships, paying for this, paying for that, and going to Medellin only. Why? How come I don't see you go to other places? Go to Popayan, go to Pasto, go to the Carnival of the Blacks and the Whites. Okay, go to Barranquilla, go to Monpos, right? Go to Vicencio, go to the Flatlands, do something cultural, go to the Cathedral of Salt. There's so many different things to see. Number two, meet Gary El Gringo.
Things to know if you travel to Colombia. Number 1, there is no U in the country's name. It's always spelt with an O. Number 2, don't talk about Pablo. This man was evil. He was never a hero, and the pain of his actions are still felt by the country decades later. And for the love of God, stop taking selfies at his grave. Number 3, Colombia is not the same as Mexico. That's like saying the US is the same as Ireland because they share a common language. The food is different too, and it's not spicy. Speaking of food, arepas are a staple. They can go with almost every meal, and there are different varieties coming from different regions. And there's also a spat between Colombia and Venezuela as to who created it first, but more on that later. Also, you will put cheese in your hot chocolate and you will like it. Next one, patience. Nothing ever starts on time, so if you have an appointment, expect it to start at least a half hour later. Pro tip, if you're meeting with friends, tell them to arrive 1 hour before the time you actually want them to arrive. And finally, you'll fall in love with its people, its culture, and its landscape.
Este hospedaje es entre mis top 3 que yo he visto en Colombia. Se llama Chalet La Gitana y queda en Marsella, Risaralda. Esa cabaña moderna cuenta con 3 pisos.
Gary El Gringo has been there, I believe, since maybe 2012, probably even before that. And the guy hasn't left Colombia. In fact, he pretty much became a part of Colombia. Meet Dominic Colombia.
Hoy les presento la pequeña Venecia en Colombia. El pueblo se llama El Encano y está ubicado a la orilla de la laguna de Cocha en Nariño, a solo media hora de Pasto. Es un lugar encantador que tiene casa.
He came from Germany as a foreign exchange student. He stayed in Colombia. He became a citizen. He got married. He traveled Colombia more than I am. He is more proud to be a Colombian than me. He has been given one of the highest awards of Colombia because he loves Colombia so much that he shows it to the world. And because you go there leading with your wallet, you're going to attract people that want your wallet. Meet Stans Constantino.
Esto es muy extraño en San Andrés. Esto es la parada de buses, pero la usan como parqueadero para motos. Pero esto es parada. Qué chistoso.
He is Polish-Russian. Another famous digital content creator who came to stay in Colombia. He's living here. He is trying to become a citizen here. All right, everybody, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. If you like what you see, please share it. Help push the algorithm so more people can see it. My channel is called Rey Condor. You could call me Rey Condor. There's a channel for people who want to learn more about Colombia. And he may think that I made this particular channel to fight passport bros, which is not the case. It's just that they get into my comment section or they go and start attacking other Colombian YouTubers, which I will not like because we stand together. The pride of our people cannot be put down. If you don't like it, that's fine, but don't start attacking us in our house. All right. I do plan to separate my channel, create a Spanish version because I'm starting to lose some of my Spanish speakers. I haven't been putting subtitles. Some people they just get lazy reading. And if I do a video in Spanish, what I plan to do a few in the future, I put English subtitles. Some people get too lazy. So I think it's better in the future if I just separate it. I do have a few projects in Spanish that I want my English speaking audience to see. Okay, so if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Please share. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time.